Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast stuff, episode 57. Getting up
Let
there.
me get off of this. You're freaking out. There's no need for it.
DA and VG were looking at Dragon Ball Fighters stuff right before we got on, and yeah, like manga pixel perfect. Like all the GIFs are coming out are awesome.
They got Vegeta's fingers right. Like, why?
The exact thing. Who asked for that?
Everyone.
And Evo, they're not gonna be like, yep, chapter 268. No one asked for that.
Everyone.
It's like the signs in Evo for like when they pick the right character for like, or like for Smash Bros. It's like they're holding up Pikachu signs. It's just chapter 238. An ocean of
Oh
text
yeah, I
signs.
held up one of those giant head things before. At CEO. That was fun.
Yeah, BG was well, the day he was gone, he decided to go to Cedar Point, skipping out on podcast duties.
That wasn't my fault.
Anyway, before we get off the fighters,
All right.
This is Arc System. As you know, they're known
Guilty.
Yeah.
fantastic characters. Do you feel like what with Dragon Ball, Punch, Kick, Fly, the characters are gonna be a little bit too samey?
Not at all. Because they've already shown they vastly differentiated Boo.
Yeah. Boo and you're
talking about Goku,
weirdos, but
Vegeta.
Goku, Vegeta. You know, Goku's a bit more up in your face. Vegeta's a more blasty character. But
Same thing. I don't think so because you can look at any fighter like Street Fighter. You have Ken, Ryu, Sakura, Akuma.
They have similar styles, but not the same. Yeah.
They're all from the Hado. They're all Hado users, and they all use
Okay.
Tatsumakis and all that. But it's vastly different playstyles. So even if it's punch kicky, even with the fast type of punch kicky is going on, it's not gonna be the same.
But you got Guilty. You got Venom. With
Yes,
his
yes.
pool
Okay, see,
crap.
it's not fair
Yeah, I
because
know.
they're
There's too much of an expectation in my mind.
no, they're game creator created characters, and they can all be as weird and different as they like. Now they have to pull from a source material, and the way they're making them different is using frame perfect data to make the move list skew. So no, I don't think they're gonna be too same, especially with a high impact fighter like this. Because you look at something like Marvel 3, and you have Ryu and Akuma in there, and they don't play anything alike. So no, what they're probably gonna do is, let's say, Gohan is more speed mix-up based,
Yeah.
and Goku's more footsie based, mid range, blah blah blah. They're gonna do crap like that. They're gonna focus on the play style as opposed to the normals of the character.
I just
I mean,
need
yeah,
to
that
get
would
it
make
out
sense.
of my head. I just need to
Yeah, that Guilty Gear.
persona
No,
and all that
No.
out of my head.
that's not fair. It's really not.
Super not. But I do just look at the videos as like Punch Kick Blast. I need to get it out of my head and look for actual speed and slow down and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yep, that's all I would ask.
So you went to Cedar Point.
First time ever.
First time. Okay. I'm curious about your opinion of the park.
I enjoy it. I went with some pussies.
Oh, that's
Right
the
here.
worst.
I went
Right
with
here, right looking at your boy.
One was a
You will
girl.
ever get me on a roller coaster in my life. You won't
Oh.
see it.
Oh,
happen.
my man.
One was a girl. One was a dude that is legit 6'3", 6'4". That was, I'm not riding certain rides. One dude, man, we were walking
Hell
up
yeah.
to the ride. He looked at it. He said, "I'm not getting on this," and turned around.
What ride?
Yeah.
Pussies.
What ride?
Yeah.
The Dragster.
Oh, come on.
Nope.
That's the best ride.
I went on one. I don't know if it was Cedar Point or Six Flags,
It was
but
probably Six Flags.
do they have levels for the ride? Like level 1s are the puss rides and level 5s are the
Yeah, that's not like Six
yourself.
Flags.
Yeah.
I went to Six Flags. I was like, I want to ride one level 5, just see what it's like, because we had early access to and they're like, oh, the lines are gonna be nuts for this later. So if you get in right now, and there was like 3 people like, oh my so whatever. It's click, 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 and it is just going up. It's like I want off right now. There was a level
Oh
in
my
school
God.
that just ejected me. It was the worst thing. And I was like, I am never ever going on any sort of super rides again. I hate it. And for the rest of the rides, I just stuck to 2s and 3s.
Let me tell
And they
you,
had a petting zoo. I was like, I'll be here, you guys.
the Dragster is a 17-second ride. It goes, I
Yeah.
believe.
Is that the one
Fuck
that
that.
just straight up? Oh, I sat there looking at people just going, just straight
It
up,
takes
and
off.
then straight.
120 miles an hour.
I'm like,
120
ooh,
miles per mile.
ooh.
I was so excited to get on that
You
point.
got on that.
Oh, I loved it.
It's
my favorite
it's
ride.
awesome.
Right.
Dude,
You're fucking
There-
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you.
You're
You're
This.
fucking crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Dia. There is something legitimately wrong with me.
Yes.
When I went on the roller coasters, my heart didn't do anything. I
Are
enjoyed
you-
every second of it, but there was no like anticipate. There was nothing. My body was doing nothing. I had a huge Kool-Aid smile on me in line.
When I'm going down some large
BG,
steps.
you aren't weird. That's basically same here.
No, it's
No,
not.
you're fucking weird. No, you're fucking weird.
I hate agreeing with Pro, but you guys are nuts.
No, Mike, we're weird because you should feel something in, when you're looping and all that, you should feel something.
No,
Yeah,
because
my
I know
heart
roller
feels like
coasters
it's
are
gonna
safer
fucking
than
explode.
cars.
No, I understand
No,
the safety of it.
no,
That's
no.
not the point of it. You're up in the air, you're doing all these loops. Your heart should naturally just be like, whoa.
You're only gonna go freaking 150 feet in the air one time a year. Your heart should be pounding and looking at the view and crap like that. You're just like beep boop boop. No. Ugh.
Nope.
So
I-
the Dragster was
Every
my
time I've
favorite
ever been on a
ride.
roller coaster, my heart has felt
My
like it was gonna
second
fucking
favorite
explode.
ride was the Valraven. Now let me tell you what the Valraven
I
does.
haven't ridden that yet. That's one of the newer ones.
Oh, I rode it twice. It takes you 227 feet in the air. It slowly does it. It does a right turn slow, and then it hits you like right here, and it stops and suspends you for about 4 seconds, and then it drops you at a 90-degree angle straight down.
Yeah, fuck
It
that.
loops you.
Dude,
Then
Josh is just thinking about
It was awesome.
Fuck that.
Dude, you don't know how
Nope.
not at all
Nope.
I thought
Nope.
of the Top Thrill Dragster.
Nope. Nope.
Because I
Nope.
sat there for hours just watching people like, what? People waiting in line for hours for 17 seconds. Shoot.
This is
I'm
why-
like, what the? And it's fun. Is it spinning?
No, that's not.
Okay.
That's
See, the-
Six Flags. Then.
Yeah, because
Let me-
it had a little bit of a spin on the way. I'm like, what?
Let me tell you right now.
It was nuts.
This is why we went Tuesday, or we're supposed to go Tuesday, but we went Wednesday. There's nobody going on a weekday.
Oh yeah.
I rode the
Huh.
Valraven. That thing is supposed to take 3.5, 4 hours. The first time I went through was 45 minutes. The second time was 25 minutes. I got in the Dragster in about 17 minutes.
Oh, that's not. Wow. It's
Yes.
nothing.
Yes. Go on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Don't go on the weekend. Everybody's going on the weekend.
Don't go at all.
Yeah. No,
I-
you don't
Dude,
go
I
at
was
all.
moonwalking through lines. Do you know how long it took me to get on the gatekeeper? 5 minutes.
I didn't like the
Nope.
Gatekeeper.
Nope.
It was alright.
My,
What was
my
the other one
favorites
over
that
there?
I've ridden at Cedar Point are Dragster,
Yes.
Millennium Force.
I missed the Millennium Force. This is what happened. It was about 7, 8 at night. It closed at 9 or 10. And we were eating. Or the girl I was with was eating. I wasn't eating. I was just anticipating my next ride. And so we're walking forward, and they're like, "Oh, all rides are shutting down because the wind is starting to pick up." I was like, "Oh!" So that's one of like 3 rides that I did not get to ride.
It's I mean, like, in comparison to some of the other stuff, it's pretty chill. But it's just, it's
Dragster.
been a staple
Ooh.
since I've been going to Cedar Point. Maybe that's the thing, too. I've been to Cedar Point so many times since I've lived so close to it that, like, I'm numb to thrill.
I went on.
That was my second time ever going to an amusement park.
I went
didn't
on
feel
the little thing that transports you from one part of the park to the other.
The sky
the
lift,
sky
whatever.
lift thing, and I was scared of that.
Oh, God. Oh, Maverick. Maverick's the other one that I really like.
The Maverick. Yes, I wrote the Maverick.
Where it puts you even more of a 90-degree angle. It goes like in the hill a bit and then comes down.
Is that the one with the tunnel too?
Yes, underneath. Yeah. It used to have a bunch of neons and crap, but I'm guessing someone probably had like a seizure going through it at some point. They had to turn them off.
I wouldn't doubt it. Pro, we're breaking off and creating our own podcast. I don't know with these freaking thrill seekers. Ugh.
Just no. Let's just let them go fucking, I don't know, diving out of airplanes.
I'm sure DA
bring
point of
Alex.
view of the
Bring
Val
Alex.
Raven.
We're done with these two.
But,
No, I did the POV for the top thrill drag. I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I'm
no,
done.
not the drag.
My heart was pounding for that.
This is
You know what
the
I'm saying?
Val
I did
Raven.
that.
Yeah, like the last time I went, like I can ride like roller coasters, spinny stuff, just
Fuck you.
about
No, I
anything.
hate
Fuck.
spinny
Okay,
stuff.
no. The first roller coaster I ever went on was the Batman and Robin at Six Flags in New Jersey. I don't know if you've ever been on that one. Anybody?
Nope.
Okay, this one there's two of them. There's Batman and there's Robin.
Okay, it's like a duel. Okay.
Yeah, it's a dueling
Dude,
dragons
this is
type
the
coaster.
smile I had on in lines.
Dude,
It's still
I
going up, dude.
went
I
on
can't even
the-
look at this.
just look up the Batman and Robin so you two can see it. There's one of them, I don't know which one anymore, but it goes up, it has an end point, it has all these loops and shit, and then it has an end point. When you reach that end point, you do the whole coaster over again backwards.
I've done those before.
Oh yeah,
Fuck that.
There's a twist there
No,
where it twists
no.
forward and backwards. Wait, here we go.
No. I got off of there, I had to crawl away. I was on the floor. I thought I was having a stroke, okay? No. My heart, I
Oh,
knew it was beating.
no. None of that upside down. None of that. I'll be having none of that.
Yeah, the
thanks.
last time I went to Cedar Point,
yeah, and then they do
the
it
day
again.
before or the night before, I drank a lot.
Ugh.
So a friend had to. I think it was like a work thing. So one of my coworkers, my buddy Ross, had to drive me to Cedar Point, and I was hungover when we got there. And then
Ugh.
I had a bunch of friends who rode stuff, but they were whiny. Just is the best way. Kind of like what Ralph is doing right now. Just they
Yeah,
actually rode the ride, so there's a step above him. So we
I
were
have
on
been-
Mac. Did you ride Max Air, BG?
No.
It's the it's a giant pendulum.
Oh, I know which one. I
That
wanted to go
spins.
on the one where it takes you all the way up and spins you around. I like the Max Air.
Yeah,
ain't
'cause
gonna
that's great. That's smart.
be, the Max Air ain't
That's
gonna be
what people
to
should be doing.
Yeah, totally.
And Max Air was
No,
it's
no.
pretty. In all honesty, to me, it's pretty chill. It just gives you a nice breeze and a little bit of a thrill. But it was more or less just like the first ride we went on. I'm just like,
So
okay,
I
just
did go on Cedar
I'll
Point.
just
And I
relax
did go
and
on the Millennium Force. I knew I recognized that name. That was the level 5, not no more that I went on. I knew I recognized that name. That was the first one that I went through. I'm like, and then everybody was like, yeah, they all grouped up like, come on, King. I'm like, no, we're gonna go over here.
I
Yeah,
was with
yeah,
my
fuck
friend
that.
and
I rode
fuck all
the
of it.
teacups like 3 times.
I was
Fuck that.
I was
No,
separated
fuck
from
that.
my friends, and they rode the Millennium Force, and they were like, there were like 2 or 3 of them that didn't go on it. They were like, they got off shaking, and I
It
was like,
was-
I'm not doing that.
It was
And I was so looking forward to it.
It was booty cheeks. I hated it so much. I was like, why do people do? Who made this?
Dog, that's so good. Long, what was your least favorite ride?
I think the Iron Dragon. If for as far as coasters, the Iron Dragon, because there's just
That's
nothing.
The one.
I heard it was trash. The Blue Streak was trash.
Yes.
That's the one. Cause I'm just like, get me off of this right now. We're done.
There's like
I'm
Iron
doing it for
Dragon,
everybody.
Blue
Hey,
Streak, and the
I'm coming in.
Corkscrew. Because like the Corkscrew, it's like it
Don't
loops
worry.
twice.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So.
Nope. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everyone who makes that. Fuck
One
anyone
of
who
the
enjoys
girls
that.
that
No.
was on the Max Air, she was
No.
sitting on it, ready to go and actually get off before it started. She was so afraid.
Oh,
Nope.
Yeah, I was on it, hungover as shit. The guy next to me, who's one of my coworkers, he's like, "Oh man, I feel a little nauseous." I'm like, headache pounding. Like I have my own nausea. I just turned over to look at him, just like, "Shut the fuck up."
Eat
Let me enjoy
100
this.
penises on that. Look, who would want to do this?
I
I'm looking
can't.
at
Fun
Top
people.
Thrill now.
Fun people.
Oh, the gra-
I knew
I was with my ex
the
riding that,
Top Thrill
and she was like,
dragster.
I'm low key freaking out.
Whoa, low key.
I was like, count to 17 seconds right now, and it's gonna be over.
It's never over.
And
They
no,
don't tell you what it takes. I'm
It's
just
like,
no.
no. It's just all in your mind. And it just goes like 0 to what is like 175 and naught.
120.
Yes.
I love watching people like that have their hands up at the start.
Just put them right down.
Well, not just put them right down. It's like 3, 2, 1, and then they go straight backwards. The seats were any closer to like the people behind
yeah,
them, they'd smack people in the face.
We're dislocating your arms ride. Thanks for coming.
It's not that hard, sir.
My favorite ride.
Yep. There's another. Oh, it's they demolished it last year, but they used to have a bigger wooden roller
Demolished it
coaster,
all.
What?
the Mean Streak, and really, it's like it wasn't really a good ride.
Down.
And it-
He really thumbed down the dragster. Number 27.
But
Yeah, the thing is, even fucking Amber here in the chat, she is just like sitting here talking about how, yeah, these things are awesome. Millennium Force is her favorite. And I'm just sitting there like, no, Amber,
Yes.
you're wrong. You're wrong. You're
They're
all
correct.
wrong.
they're
Roller coasters
correct.
suck.
No.
They are
No.
awful. They
They're
are
awful.
They're
awful.
fun.
I
No,
hate
they are
playing with
not.
Pro. They're really not.
How are they not fun? I'm going Halloween weekend too. But how are they not fun?
They are not fun. They are death traps. They feel like make you
They
feel
don't-
like
you
your
know
life
how
is
Again,
worth
they
it.
are
Your
safer
life is
than
on the
automobiles.
line.
I don't care what the fuck you say, Mike.
It's
My
not what
heart
I
does not
say. It's
agree.
fucking fact.
Statistics.
It's an alt fact. No, that's a goddamn alt fact.
No.
Alright? No.
No,
It-
that's
that
just
shit
a
feels.
fact's
That makes
fact.
my heart. That makes my heart feel like it's ready to die. Like it's dying. That's it. We quit. We're done here. You made a mistake. No.
Factual.
See,
Or-
that's a fact.
Or here's a suggestion. Ball up.
I went
Oh,
on
that
it.
easy.
I knew I wasn't
Grow
gonna
your
like roller
nuts.
coasters. I knew I wasn't gonna fucking like it, but I'm like, you know what?
Testes.
I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'll go on it. I may not hate it as much as I think I do. I get off that thing and I made a fucking blood oath to myself. Never again. And no,
Failure.
then my friend, when I was visiting her in Indiana, brought me to this other fucking roller coaster park somewhere in Indiana. I don't know what the fuck this place was. It's on the waterfront or something. This wood roller coaster that has really steep up, really steep down. I'm like, she's sitting there laughing. I'm sitting there grasping the bars like, I'm going to die.
Well, the only
And
reason
when you're going down, it feels like you're sort of lifting up out your seat. I'm like, I'm gonna fly off.
No,
I'm
you know what
gonna
it
be
feels
the
like?
one that's gonna die. It's
That's
gonna
what the
be-
it
battery
feels like
did.
that
It
scene-
made you
No, no,
bounce
no,
on
stop.
that boy. That was fun.
It
I'm like,
feels like
I'm
that
gonna
scene
be
from
the
Doctor Strange when his
statistic.
soul leaves his body. That is how it feels for me to ride a roller coaster.
well, really,
Precisely.
the only reason you go on wooden roller coasters is just to see how much pain they can inflict on you. They're not fun things. It's more of an endurance thing. Just
They all
'cause
suck.
they are
They all suck.
bumpy
They
as
all
shit.
suck.
Filled with suck.
Pro is correct.
They
No.
are not the suck.
I say
They
as
are
I watch my
infinitely
mouth.
filled
It's so.
with the suck.
You two
Goodness.
lead some boring lives. Get a
So you
little,
mean to
get a
tell
little
me
thrill, get a little excitement.
With me, 'cause I'm
That
like,
heart racing.
I legit
Nope.
hated it.
You mean to tell me my 20-year-old ex-girlfriend who weighs 110 pounds can ride these coasters with level 4-5 if you, the starting point of the giant, cannot ride this thing?
There's child soldiers. You gonna pick up an AK-47?
Sure. Let Trump's America come towards me. I'll hit some other. I'll hit them immediately.
You can tell me, oh, the little girl.
Yeah.
Blood
She's raised-
diamonds, homie.
She's raised in the same environment as you, though. You seem worse.
You were raised in the same
Yeah, and I love it.
That don't mean nothing.
Stop being a puss. That's what it
Oh,
means.
it's just that easy.
You got a gun pulled on you, and you can't ride a level 4 roller
What does
coaster.
that mean?
You stop.
wasn't a
You stop a
voluntary.
bus You stopped a bus from being robbed by a gunpoint, and you can't go on a roller coaster that goes up.
Up is not a direction that he wants to go. The Wright
The
brothers
down.
were frauds.
If we did titles, that's it.
There was like 4 in that whole rant. that were
No,
titled
it ends with the Wright brothers were wrong.
Blood
They're frauds.
diamonds, bro.
It's not a problem.
Tell me this bull crap.
It's fun.
No, it's
It ain't.
not.
It's as fun as going to a horror movie. You're going to be scared.
No. Nope.
Don't scare. I haven't been scared about horror
Exactly,
movies in
because they've been
forever.
trashed. But if there was a horror
Not
movie,
because they've been trashed, because it's not scary.
yes, and neither are roller coasters.
Oh, yeah, great analogy, BG. You got me there. Scary, not scary. Yep, you sure fooled me.
It's thrilling.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's a horrifying death
It is
experience.
Again.
Okay, I'll say this. I'm glad that I experienced it once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. No, same.
You're not
Now-
dragging me on that again, ever. I was stuck to 2s and 3s for the rest
Yeah,
of that.
teacup.
Little kids behind me. I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
let's go. I don't give a kids and women. Wasn't nan grown man in there, but me on 2s and 3s. I went on
Sounds
like
like a
2
My
or
Little Pony
3s.
showing.
It was mostly 2s. They're just like, might as well have been playing Mickey Mouse music. Them were kids' rides. And I'm like, that's enough for me.
Yeah. No. Me and Da will stick with It's a Small World, and we'll just be happy. Leave it at that.
Hey, Ralph, you guys
Anyway.
want to go in the? Or you want to go in the merry-go-round for the 20th time? Yeah, sure, Da. Why not?
No, fuck that. You'll see.
So-
you'll
the
see me
carousel
doing
with
other
the little
shit.
horses. Make them go slower.
No. Okay. Versus.
This was out of control.
Space Mountain is not a real roller coaster. It's not. Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, they're not real roller coasters. That wouldn't affect DA or me. I've been on them both. I don't consider them a roller
So-
coaster.
Would indoor stuff be fine then, since you can't see like the distance?
No, I went
It's
to
not
the
the
Mall of
distance that matters,
America
it's
and
the
they had a
feeling.
roller coaster in the Mall of America. I'm looking at it like, nope.
Well, I'm just like not even like that, like indoors, but there's still like wide spaces. Like Space Mountain is like an encapsulated tunnel.
Yeah. It's like a flume ride, but with like a roller coaster you're sitting on rather than.
Height
like a
is
roller-
my problem. The fall
It's a-
is my problem.
It's not. No, Space Mountain, Splash
not a
Mountain.
problem,
There's
it's
only
the
one real
Vertical,
drop,
I've
and it's
got
the
no
end.
problem with.
Horizontal.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, horizontal. Vertical wise, there's only one drop, and it's at like a 65 degree. It's not like
Bow
it's a sharp.
Raven.
Yeah.
90 degrees.
Fuck you, man. No, that
The
no.
quality of Naruto. Chewing an exam, finding Sasuke Shippuden.
Hey, Shippuden was hyped for maybe 2 years.
The Gara arc. The Gara arc ended it.
No,
The Shika
because
stuff.
you had the Shika Hidan fight.
Yeah, that wasn't really an arc that lasted all what 3
It was
episodes.
the end of the arc, or the beginning.
Well, it was like
Beginning,
is
yeah.
Asuma
It was the
dying
beginning.
and him going to get
Yeah,
revenge.
and that was the
That's an arc.
beginning of them actually chasing down Hidan and Kakuzu.
It was like the Akatsuki arc or something.
Yeah.
It was alright. Oh,
Yeah.
I asked this question to DA, so I'm gonna ask you guys.
Sure.
What is the manga? What arc in manga has had the largest drop in quality arc to arc?
Largest drop
Like
in-
art quality or story wise?
Arc to arc. So let's say if one arc is an 8 and the next is a 4, that's a drop in quality. Not to say the next one can't be a 7.
Manga wise, where have I
Mine
read that?
was Yu Yu Hakusho going from Chapter Black to the Three King saga. That was trash.
Oh,
The
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Kenichi tournament into the next arc was trash.
oh!
Mm.
Stop!
That's a good one.
DA had a good one, which was Battle City into the Three Dragons from Yu-Gi-Oh. Trash.
Terrible. A lot of people were saying JoJo,
Yeah, a lot of people were saying JoJo.
Part 4 to Part 5.
A lot of people said after Soul Society, or not after Soul Society, but right before Hugo Mundo. That arc into Hugo Mundo. So the Aron card.
Yeah.
No, the hardest drop in Bleach is without a doubt after the Hueco Mundo arc, after Aizen's dead. That had the hardest drop in history.
Maybe so. Some people said the Kenshi arc, the final Kenshi arc in the anime, something like that.
So is this including anime or just manga?
Oh yeah, anime or manga, whatever you want.
Okay. Because I was thinking in just manga terms.
Oh god. Oh no.
There was a lot of Dragon Ball.
Oh,
talk.
okay. Fucking the end of the Chasing Sasuke arc of Naruto to the fucking 100+ episodes of filler.
That's not
of
fair.
Naruto.
That's not fair.
That's A. Hey, you said
the
anime.
filler- and the filler directly after that was Naruto, Sakura, and Jiraiya going to the hideout.
Oh
To
no.
try to
I've
find him,
got
and that
it.
was fine.
Yeah, that was a
I got
fine
it.
arc. It wasn't
That
horrendous.
was fine.
I've got it.
Going, yeah.
It
Kabuto
was...
pulled out his heart. A bit weird.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. Turned into a snake man later, you know.
Oh, the
Hi.
from Dragon Ball for the Z, the anime. The end of the Saiyan saga going into Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin get lost on planets.
I didn't find it horrendous.
The end of Tokyo Ghoul Part 1 and into the beginning of Tokyo Ghoul Part 2. That was a shitstorm of a thing to trudge through.
I had
It, it was
few-
awful.
That Yu was just real bad.
Yeah,
A lot of people said Cell to Boo.
I can see it because there were a lot of just conveniences and here's because Super Saiyan was built up all throughout the Namek saga and all throughout the Android saga. They were talking about going beyond Super Saiyan, and then
Yeah.
like in the first 20 episodes, he could just go Super Saiyan 3,
And then like
and then it's
7
like,
minutes.
oh, I know a fusion also. Oh, we know fusions as well.
And then like 7 episodes later, like Ultimate.
It's just a bunch of
There's something. I know.
That
there's-
was a good one.
I feel like
I said if I cared about Black Goku, that to this arc horrendous. But that arc itself is like a 6, so I really like
a 6. Ooh.
there. You know what? I'd have to revisit that arc. It wasn't good.
Yeah, there hasn't been anything in My Hero. That's
No,
My
My
Hero
Hero's
is
been pretty
too-
fucking constant.
Yeah, it's too new to really.
The anime, though, by the way, just a small interruption. They're now up to Gran Torino. Oh my
Gran
God.
Torino is this week. This week, y'all.
Did you watch the after credit scene of this past episode when he
No, I
actually
didn't.
met Gran Torino?
He was there?
Yeah,
Oh, I wonder if they got it dubbed because I want to
They-
hear his voice so bad.
they have it subbed, and he's so good.
I want to hear it dubbed because he was in a little bit of episode 1. Because All Might sent him a letter. He just went, All Might's got a pupil. I was like, a little bit more. Don't you tease Gran Torino.
Nope. They literally they open it up at the end of this the latest episode with him on the floor with the ketchup and the hot dogs, and there's Midoriya like, he's dead. He's just like, I'm alive. It's so good. He's already so good.
So for
loves me some Gran Torino.
a dip in arc, can we go Naruto to Boruto?
No, that's a whole
No,
new series.
that final Naruto arc was complete bullshit. That was a 2.
And Boruto is worse.
It's a 1. Well, of course, Matt told me. I actually started reading Boruto.
I'm reading it out of obligation, and it is just. Oh,
Uh,
actually, speaking of shitty manga, Da, did you read the shitty manga that I recommended last week?
Clean forgot.
Ah, I want to have a discussion on that.
I will
So bad.
definitely do it.
What is this manga?
It's just this cliche amongst cliche garbage.
Kenjin
Oh,
no
yeah,
Maja,
that one.
I believe. I think
Yeah,
it's called.
that one.
And yeah, I read through it just because it was like a kind of a higher rated manga on the site, and it kept going through stereotype to cliche to stereotype to cliche to stereotype, like more so than I've seen in almost anything. And I kept reading, mainly just asking, what else can they do? And
So much more.
and they did. And the example that I gave last week was this king had like a council. It's like, sir, there is seems to be war approaching. And he goes, go investigate the war. Next chapter, there is war.
That's not what happens.
It was a magical
That
experience.
Can't be what happens.
It is.
It's-
No, he's not kidding. It
No.
is.
Did you read it?
Yes. Dude, not only is the art style like hyper generic, it's the writing. I swear, I feel like it's a bad translation. It's almost English.
It's not though. Because I feel like even with English, like something could come across. There's nothing that comes across.
It's like, and it's like, oh, I have to kill this thing. Here's my trusty dagger sword. Oh, like, oh, dude, stop. I can't.
But that's an oxymoron.
So this thing happened. I'm going to infer everything that happened from this one clue, and it will be 100% correct, mind you. It's
Yeah.
I recommend it. Just
No.
not
No.
not to continue, just to get to where it currently is, and then just let it stew.
Or you can go enjoy a really, really good series airing right now and watch Recreators and enjoy your life.
You can do both.
No, you can't.
Man, you do not find fun and hate watching something?
Oh, I love
No.
it. What?
Oh, you trash.
So BG,
Says the roller coaster rider.
you had yourself
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
another
You just
tourney.
Wait,
You
hold
just
on.
heard
What is?
He just heard the voice.
Gran Torino.
Yes.
I told you!
God.
I told you! Listen to that episode preview, man, for this week. It's
They
Gran Torino
have
who does
some
it.
really good comedic timing.
It's gonna be so good.
So
Sorry,
you were in
my
Orlando?
hero.
Yes, sir. Boy, what? It's just Disney.
Oh yeah, Disney and Universal, and
They
Harry
don't
Potter.
give a shit. They don't give a shit. It's just this is
Disney's Florida.
basically.
Essentially, that's Florida in a nutshell.
Oh, I was just walking around. It's just like Mickey Mouse was just slapping me with his dick.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Uh-huh.
But it was fun.
No, Mike.
Did you go to any of the parks?
Oh no, no good sir.
That was-
I'm not a tourist. I'm there to win money.
Harry Potter Land.
Yeah, Harry Potter Land is pretty awesome. If I were to recommend anything, it'd be to go to one of the two Universal parks.
I got there Friday night. My tournament was Saturday morning. It didn't end till 3. I had to eat in that time. Top,
No, you didn't. Have a butter beer.
Butterbeer, though. That shit's good.
top
I heard it
16
tastes
started
like
at like
butterscotch, and I don't like butterscotch.
5.
You're
So of course I gotta watch that,
Mm-hmm.
and or just play more casuals. So no, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
This is the way I look at tournaments. When I go out of town, I'm playing people I may play 4 times out the year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So I'm trying to get every little bit I can in with that.
Do you feel like your canary got better?
Oh, absolutely. Too bad I didn't play her in a tournament. I played
Why didn't you?
because I played an Aquaman player, then I played an Atrocitus player, then I played a Black Adam player.
Ouch.
I'm not playing Canary against none of that. Yes, especially Aquaman. That thing has to be 7-3. Jesus, I hate that matchup. There's
Do you think he's
nothing
gonna
he
get?
can
Do you think Aquaman's gonna get the fucking nerf hammer?
He is. There are 3 characters right now that are absolutely getting touched negatively. Aquaman is 1, Black Adam is 2, Atrocitus is 3. Guess who I had to play in tournament? I'm
All
not
3.
playing Adam. I'm not playing Canary against those mothers. Okay. There are two like well-known canaries right now. It's me and a guy named Saltface, and he played Aquaman and lost. And true to his name, Saltface. He was so salty the whole weekend. He's like, I turned to the dark side. I'm picking up Black Adam. He told me this. Like, no, who would play that? So no, that's what happened.
Did you drop cold?
Hello?
Hello?
They just dropped.
Did they just drop?
Yeah, they did.
Yep, I saw their mic blink in and out.
Yeah, it did a thing. I'm never gonna drop Cold or Superman. Like, I love the characters, not just their play style.
Okay.
So I still play Cold at my local. I just don't play.
Is he just?
Oh, I almost took out the entire room Monday.
Really? How so?
I was playing a match. It was losers finals. It was me and this guy named JDM, which is like one of the better NRS players. He's one of our best all around players, but he's also very well versed in NRS games. So he played Scarecrow. I played Superman after Canary. And it's the last round. It's 2-2. He jumps. I do a super. If my super hits, I win. He hit me with a jump attack, and it killed me. And I jumped up and went, fuck. And then I tripped and knocked over like 3 people and almost a table. It was so crowded around us that it almost took out like 8 people.
I would have paid
Tragedy
to see
struck
that.
this video game tournament today.
And I was just so mad for hours.
I remember seeing you post that on Facebook. I'm like, that he had to have been mad as fuck to get hit like that. And then you're like, I see the post later. I'm still fucking salty.
I was so mad. There was nothing to be done. I walked my little 2 miles to get to the bus stop so I could go home. Salty.
I just find it really interesting. I texted you about it, about as far as like how open Injustice 2 is right now, that the guy you beat at the first live streamed major is the guy who won that major.
Yep. White boy.
And he changed up characters and crack completely. He was Aquaman.
No. He played Scarecrow at Combo Breaker.
Oh, he did.
It was just like it's the first tournament for Injustice, and Aquaman is super solid, so I'm gonna go Aquaman. Plus, he knows who I play, and he wasn't gonna play Scarecrow.
Doesn't everyone
Superman.
know who you play though?
Yeah, they do.
Like,
They didn't know I
just
played
announce
Canary.
everything on Twitter like a million times.
They didn't know I played Canary. They knew I played
No?
Superman.
Okay.
Until I broke out the Canary. Well, this is the thing. There's a guy named Katana Prime, and if you've ever been to a GameStop and you see somebody with a wide open mouth, like a face right there, that's him. He does promotion for. Well, he did promotion.
He's the
for
guy with
Injustice
the
2.
longer dreads, correct?
Yes, that's Katana Prime.
Okay.
And he knows I play Canary, and from day one, before my pool ever started, he said, "Are we going to see Canary? More Canary, play Canary." So when I finally got on stream, the next day when it was top 16, I went, "Should I break out the Captain Cold?" And he just went, "No, Canary." That's all he wanted to see was Black Canary. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So when's the next tournament?
I was going to go to Evo, but I have to focus on this house and other things. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to have the money for it. So I said no. Plus, I want to be in a space where I feel I can beat anybody, and I don't feel that way.
You're getting close to it though. I've been watching your clips and whatnot, and you're definitely improving bit by bit.
Oh yeah, I'm getting much better. It's I love the game.
I think yeah, with a little more time between now and the next event, you could be consistent top 8.
So my thinking is I'm not going to start traveling until maybe September, October again.
Okay.
I believe it. I can see it.
So that's all that is.
Sweet.
That'll be good.
Plus, Canary's definitely getting buffed, so.
Oh, you think so? Like
Oh,
for
yeah.
real?
Are they gonna do
Yeah,
the
she
meter
isn't
thing that
playing
you
it.
were pissed about?
What the?
So,
throughout Injustice, there's a few characters that build trait over time. They don't have to hit anything; it just builds over time. Canary is literally the only character between rounds that it does not build for.
Good.
Why? Deathstar, who is completely broken, that builds Batman's bats build, Aquaman's trait build, but not Canary. Get out my face. I don't know if they're gonna change that because it seems like a design thing, but they're definitely gonna change a few things about the character.
That's cool. And the only, I guess the interesting thing that I did over the weekend, one of my favorite bands had their last show ever.
Why did they break up?
Financial reasons.
Financial reasons, yeah.
So, they
tried to go like no label and do their own self promotion or publication, and it just didn't work.
Well, like
Who was it?
Affiance. I just from the shows that I've been to, since they've all been smaller shows, I've been able to talk to a bunch of the guys. When they first broke off from their label, and basically they were free from being contractually obligated to say nice things about them, they basically, I talked to the drummer, he was like, yeah, our label was really shitty. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, we got blacklisted by a lot of different bands and a lot of different labels going on tours with other bands, specifically because we were a part of this label.
Yeah, I
which
had actually heard that from a
ruins
friend of
exposure.
mine,
Like,
too.
he's like, yeah, the tour we had with Killswitch Engage, we sought that out, not our label. We did. Our tour with Protest the Hero, we sought that out.
Yeah, no, I had heard a lot of bad things about that label. A friend of mine who's making his own band now. They're just touring now.
Yeah, and then like
I had sent him Affiance, and he was like, "Oh, that he's with them," and I'm like, "Whoa."
They had financial troubles on their Killswitch tour. Their tour van and their trailer both broke down. That was actually the first time I saw them when they came to Cleveland for that tour, and they were short with fans. Which I was just like, oh man, are they dicks? when I first met them, and then like a few months later that came out. I'm like, oh yeah, that I would be pretty pissed too. Then the next show that I saw them, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You can go ahead and finish your story because something with Versus last week. Finish your story really quickly.
But yeah, like the next time I saw them, way more chill. And saw them twice in Columbus, and then this show was really bittersweet. Talked to the guys. They basically they were doing a tour in Europe, somewhere over.
Europe gets the good.
Yeah.
Man, Fight Star, Gorillas, man, Gorillas can't stop touring over there.
When Johnny Craig first got back with Dan Gavin, they did a one night only. They played both albums all the way through that he was part of.
Yeah.
Downtown Battle Mountain and Downtown Battle Mountain 2.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go to that.
Mm-hmm. Mike Portnoy is doing his Shattered Fortress, basically his whole suite of songs from Dream Theater. Most of the dates are in Europe, so yeah. But Affiance, they hit some snag in Europe, and this is after they broke off from their label and were trying to do the indie thing, and basically the hit was so bad that they're like, this isn't financially sustainable anymore. So they did one last hurrah in the U.S. and then ended it in Cleveland. And show itself was great. Actually, one of the cool things from the show is I found 3 new bands from Cleveland that I'm actually really liking.
That's always good. The locals are fantastic. Did you hear about OTEP?
No. Get to that in a second, just because I want to finish up with this. All the opening bands that were pretty good. Bought a vinyl of their latest album. They had a few vinyls there.
Oh, that's dope.
And then just the shirt and what have you. Talked with their drummer, their guitarist or their rhythm guitarist for a while. And then their show, they played like somewhere between 16 and 18 songs. This is like a lot of songs, which is really cool.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And then so like the
Here's
couple,
our entire discography.
yeah, the couple like the like moments. The drummer was playing with a broken middle finger, so like fucking chops to him. The second to last song, which is basically like their last song before their air quote encore, that was totally going to happen anyways. The ending lyrics of this song is an 8-minute song. It's their longest one. It's the ending bit of the song is don't let this movement die. My final request is to remember that I tried. God forgive me. Don't let us die in vain. And then he ended the next one with don't let us die in vain. But basically it was just like very serendipitous of the moment.
Yeah.
And it, like I think everybody in the crowd was just like like it hurts. And then they came back out for Fire, which is probably my favorite song of theirs, and then Call to the Warrior they ended it with.
Yeah.
And
Okay, cool.
Call of the Warrior, the music video is kind of what got them some acclaim, is where they're playing their own song in Rock Band. And there's a moment in the video where the lead guitarist takes the Guitar Hero guitar and smacks a lamp in it, and it's supposed to be taking place in the lead singer's apartment. And then the music video just stops. He's like, "What the hell, man? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I broke the guitar." He's like, you broke my lamp. I don't care about the guitar." So it was like this whole little moment. And then during the show, it gets to that moment. Also, the lead singer, in the music video, he was in a tank top and his boxers and basically performed the whole music video in that. For the show, he came out, he went off stage, came back out in nothing but underwear. And performed the last song in just his boxers. So that was fucking cool. And then once it got to that part in the music video, you see the lead guitarist just put his guitar down, go off to the side of the stage. He comes back out with a lamp.
Oh, wow.
Just bashes it into the stage.
Yeah.
Music video, or the song stops. They're like, "God damn it, Tom!" And they just go through the whole bit again. And got hugs and pictures with all the band members. Just talked with them, and yeah, the rhythm guitarist, like, I'm just like, I'm like, "So how you feeling right now?" He's just like, it's just like, high energy, just like the show went awesome. I'm like, "Yeah, it's just probably like you're still running on adrenaline and stuff right now." It's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I really don't want to know what I'm gonna feel like when I wake up tomorrow." It's like, oh, don't say that. But they just released a fucking amazing cover to Breaking the Habit by Linkin Park. Again, freaking fitting. And it's just, I wish they could have gotten some more fame. They were a unique voice in like the metalcore genre, and it's just sad.
It's not a very popular genre right now, unfortunately.
It's very polluted with a lot of bands that are very similar, and then fans of that genre tend to like the stuff that is similar. So if something is unique,
Rap.
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
If something is unique, people don't seem to seek
Let
it
us
out.
not forget mumble rap. Praise be Lil Yachty.
Oh boy, Joe Budden and the Migos.
So yes,
Oh god.
I will miss Affiance. But the OTEP, you said, BG?
This is really quick because DA wants to get to his thing.
Yeah.
OTEP, they are pieces of shit. So what they do is, whenever they play, local bands open for the band that's coming to town,
Mm-hmm.
they will tell them to take down all their merchandise during their set.
Oh yeah, that's shitty.
So while they're playing and stuff, all their merch is up, but the second OTEP starts setting up, their merchandise has to come down, the local bands. OTEP plays, their stuff is the only thing there once the show ends.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
That's how they make their money. Like,
A few years back, I went to go see. It was the headliners were Black Veil,
Bryce, they're trash too.
and Drugs were on there. The band Drugs. It's a super group with a whole bunch of people, and they were.
I thought you were like, oh, they were selling drugs at their merch booth.
Drugs. I got a lot, but no, the band Drugs was there, and I was only there to see Drugs. So Drugs started playing, and Black Veil Brides were like, "Hey, we're signing over here." So like, freaking more than half of the people just migrated over there. I'm like, why would you do that?
Ooh.
Terrible thing to do.
Yeah, Black Veil Brides, I hear, is real shitty too.
They don't
Yeah.
play good music either. How about that?
Heard. Yeah, your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Versus last week, when Pro and Mike were going off about some old bullshit that I was not paying attention to. We were having a conversation, and he asked me that if I had a problem with the new dot hack, and I was like, no, that must be BG that you're thinking about. And BG opened a tab on NeoGAF about the new dot hack, and he put on a phase, and I was like, oh, versus now you can get your thing now. So BG, what is that all about?
Everyone is allowed to be happy but me. There's a new Metroid. Dot Hack is getting a remake.
Jesus.
And there is not a sniff of Dragoon news
There
anywhere.
never will be.
Dart
Ever.
was gonna be in PlayStation All Stars
Would
Battle
you have
Royale.
been happy with that?
Yes! Do you not remember the conversation I had that if Dart was in the game, I would buy the game?
But holy crap, that game was bad.
Do I care? I would support Dart through anything.
You need like a soundboard. Just whop whop whop.
Everyone is allowed
only one who
happiness,
can't be
but the
happy.
kid.
Dude, there are legit maybe 50 people on this earth that remember Dragoon.
Who remembers
and
the heck
less-
did you?
And less than that, who actually want a sequel.
Prequel. The
Prequel.
Dragon campaign.
Prequel.
There's a
Prequel,
pre-established story.
sidequel, Friggin' nearquel. Doesn't matter.
NyQuil.
Nobody's talking about Dragoon.
Who was talking about Die Hack GU?
They had an anime.
Yeah, like 40 years ago.
More than Dragoon got.
So, but they were about to get a DLC character and a DLC stage before they got shut down by that piece of Sony.
Okay, but this would be very much like Smash Bros. Where it's like, hey, we introducing Rob, and people are like, who's Rob? What's Rob? If they introduce, hey, here comes Rose and Darts, people are like,
Nobody was looking for Cat. She was awesome.
That was a good game. That was a good recent
So
game.
was Dragoon.
That was a good recent game.
Now it's recent.
It was a good recent
Dude.
game that sold well.
Do you know there were tears in my eyes when Shadow of the Colossus was announced? Because aesthetically, it is so similar to Dragoon. There's a little bridge thing that is at a
Crawl
park.
on over there and blow it.
There's a bridge thing that's collapsed that is just like in Dragoon, and there's 3 people on horses, which is the beginning where Dart is reading a
Oh, you
paper.
thought it
3
was-
people come up on horses.
So you went,
No.
I, in my heart,
and you were
I
going on a roller coaster and you're a normal person?
went. It said Blue Point Games, which told me automatically remake, because that's all they do is remakes and ports. And I saw that, and I saw the bridge, and then I saw the main character, and my heart sank.
There's no greater despair than immediately after hope.
Boy, that's what he talks about that you hate so much. There's no hope before until the ultimate despair.
All right, Dio Brando.
Nah, it was Danganronpa.
It's a
Dude,
Dio
you
line
see the
fit.
Phil is trying to pull with Danganronpa.
What's he doing?
So one of the stretch goals was to play Danganronpa 2. So somebody was like, they're paying $1,250 for you to play Danganronpa. You don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? Play Danganronpa 2.
There's some Phil stuff I gotta talk to you about after this. It's dumb.
So yeah, everybody play Danganronpa 2 and happiness.
Okay.
Cause I'm never
Life
getting
Lessons
Dragoon.
by BG.
Every year I anticipate Dragoon. Every year
Why?
I don't know. And every year I'm vastly disappointed.
Who talking about Dragoon?
I am.
That's the thing. Nobody was talking about Dot Hack. We were like, okay,
Nobody!
We're not getting it. And then even GameStop posted like a comment on their thing and shared the video trailer. They're like, well, this is kind of out of nowhere, but Dot Hack GU Recode, we're getting an HD. And like the GameStop, like the post itself, it was a avalanche of like, holy shit, this game is back, thank God comments.
You see?
avalanche.
You see, that
In an
wouldn't be
hour.
like that for Dragoon.
It wouldn't be like that.
It would-
Go on to Twitter.
Oh, my goodness.
he's like
Go
Bill
on
O'Reilly.
Twitter.
He's like Bill O'Reilly.
There's a
Fuck it, we're doing
person
it live.
literally on NeoGaf
That's you.
that username is Legend of Dragoon Lives.
How many
Tell
accounts
me-
do you
There's
have?
one user. He's right there. See?
Whew.
Do you
How
know
many multiple
people
accounts do you have
ask
begging for that
about
game?
Dragoon? Oh, they're going Dragon. What was that, bro?
So how many of your own accounts do you have on that site just to try to build
One.
up hype? Yeah, okay, that's a fucking lie.
Look at all these people. Albert,
Legend of-
Albert,
Legend of
Albert,
Dragoon
Albert.
lives. That is him.
Malbert, Balbert, Calbert, Dalbert. Ah.
So I
This is
have
what we're
in
talking about.
topics.
Look up Brave Fencer Musashi and see the same amount of tweets. Oh, this piece of crap. It was a joke.
So DA, I have on here KH rant from last week. Do you even
Yeah,
remember?
DA's texts.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what that is.
Oh, wow. People
Oh,
still
look,
talking about...
2 hours and then like 5 tweets later, 20 hours ago.
Okay. Still days. Still within this year.
Dragoon,
People are
Dragoon,
still talking
Dragoon
about Brave
was like-
Fencer Musashi.
What? Your goal was like 30 tweets before it got to the day before.
Sure. But still, are we saying that there should be a Brave Fencer Musashi 3?
I'd
Because
like
there
it.
was a 2?
2 was trash,
2
though.
was awful. 1 was great.
How about Lagaya? You don't remember Lagaya?
I remember the guy. I'm just saying it. I don't know for sure if there's a huge...
Their name is actually Lagaya.
We got to look up the legend of the name.
It was. Oh, I felt good,
This
man.
sack of crap and his...
It's never coming back.
It was about to.
There are
They renewed the
game series-
trademark like 4 years ago. It's
There are
6 at this
game
point.
No.
series that
Nothing.
People
Nobody's
just-
talking about.
Lagaya.
never bring back
People
again.
talking about Dragoon though.
Dragoon is gone for good. You gotta
People
let it
are
die.
similarly talking about Lagaya. Much less so, but they are.
Much less so.
So,
Your texts.
a few weeks ago, when E3 was happening, you guys were texting back and forth, and I'm just getting alerts. Hey, Shadow of the whatever, and who gives a so I'm just like not even reading them. I would just open them up just so I don't have the little notification.
Pretty much
there.
the same amount for Power Stone. As
Power
you go.
Stone is the hype.
Power Stone was amazing.
Why is there nobody from Power Stone in Marvel vs.
Boy, everybody is talking about it.
What is wrong with that? But
Everybody is talking about why is Falcon not in this game.
it's the easiest core. But then again, there'll be a lot of people who's like, ooh, whatever. But E3.
Yes.
I never read your guys' text messages because I'm like, whatever, who cares? But
Of course.
Around the end of it, I was just like, I might as well look. They might be saying something important, nothing important. Until BG just goes, oh, very similar to what he said here. Everybody gets to be happy but me, or whatever the piss he said.
Because then Dot Hack was talking about, yeah.
Dot Hack in Metroid 4.
Yeah. Dot Hack was pulled up, and Pro was like, yeah. And then you guys were like, hey, you BG, why does everybody get to be happy except me? Was the exact tweet. Text, whatever. And I just got off of work. I'm waiting for the bus. And I went in my mind. I'm reading this. I went, I'll show him.
Oh, that long.
The
Yeah.
wrong thing.
So
Fantastic.
so read it to us there, Da.
Oh boy.
It's long.
I can read it if you want. I have it.
Please read. I'd like to interject a couple things.
I'd
here
like
and
to
there,
hear
especially
you
when the
yourself
president
read it.
comes in.
Because I read it in DA's voice. I want you to read it to us, DA.
Oh dear. I hate reading my own stuff and I'm very critical of myself.
Boy.
I know.
Also, Mike, I told you, Carnage.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All right, I'm gonna read it.
You also know they're talking about making a Red Sun Superman movie, live
That's
action.
good.
Hmm.
it would be just as heroic as the normal Superman.
The year is 2721. This is the third great renaissance of mankind. A brutal, hellish battlefield is the only life known for many of the surviving humans. I'm doing spelling corrections for you, by the way.
Yeah, because this was done. Okay, this was done the night after I had spent like 3 hours maybe of sleep because it was so hot. I couldn't breathe. And
Yeah.
I did this in maybe 20 minutes on the bus.
On the losing end of a battle that most don't even remember how it started, humanity is on its last legs.
It's so dramatic.
However, there is
I
a
did
legend.
not know where you were going with that.
A distant
Perfect.
whisper on the irradiated wind, spoken by only those old enough to recall and those foolish enough to believe. Hope, the one true light that keeps brave from giving up. Yes, one day we will experience the light. One such believer is a okay. Calm down. All right. God damn it.
Can you get through it?
I think I gotta get the giggles out.
This is the best.
Don't read ahead.
I'm not reading ahead. It's literally this line I keep laughing at. It's like the upturn in the story.
I know.
One such believer is a young scavenger, a young man of indeterminate age. He has not had human contact in so
Humanity
long
contact.
that he had humanity contact.
Spell check is
Yeah, he had not had human contact in so long that he doesn't even remember his own name. Yet, his faith in the light has never wavered. As he shuffles through the same stretch of land that he has for so long, he hears a distant sound. Looking up through his unkempt hair. Okay, like at this point it is like novelish.
Okay. Okay.
Just keep going.
I just went off the
At
rails.
this point, it
As you
sounds
do,
like the
it's
beginning
fine.
Of a novel, and then you flash back to like 40 years before to see how it started.
Looking through his unkempt hair, he sees a hologram in the sky. He vaguely recognized the visage of President Hitler. No relation. in parentheticals. It's been years since anyone has seen the president, and the young man knows that something big is coming. People's Earth! It's a quote. The president says, gesturing with his mechanical arm.
Like I said, I'm starting to go off the rails here. It was pretty well written, if I do say.
I come before you with words of hope. His booming voice carries across the world. Across the world.
I would assume already carries across the world, maybe.
Carries across the already ruined world. I don't know.
Just read.
There isn't a single
It might be
person
just
not
all the
gripped
world.
by his every
All the
word.
world. That makes sense.
Across all the world. Okay. There isn't a single person not gripped by his every word. It is my greatest pleasure to inform you all.
Hey, there's no relation.
I don't care. He pauses, allowing the moment to wash over him. The eagle talon that used to be his left hand clicks excitedly.
This man has seen better days. Mechanical arm on his right, eagle talent on his left.
You guys have no clue how much I had planned for President Bird Hitler. But I was just like, this is getting a little too long-winded, and he was gonna be like 50% bird, 30%
go.
mechanic,
finish.
and 20% human.
Okay.
He had a beak at one point.
Let him finish.
Continued with President Hitler. That the 114 years war with the Glickskars has ended with their unconstitutional surrender. For the longest moment,
Unconditional.
there is not a single sound in the entire world. Even the oceans seem to stop. Then, the scant 3,500 people of Earth all felt their first bit of joy in forever. Reserves of wine flowed freely. People danced, sang, cried, and laughed. The first baby born in 45 years.
So
Un-
what happened at 45?
Unfamiliar with such
I want his
jubilation,
story.
crowd loudly in his mother's arms. Hitler smiled sadly, for
The
he knew
mother-
that what was coming next.
Really quick pause. The mother was also originally a bird person.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I had this society of bird people in my mind, and just like
Were
it's-
you just watching Rick and Morty before
That's
you?
what I was thinking. Like a
Yeah.
bird person. God loves me some bird person.
Bird person.
This is what the people in my
Let him
culture
finish.
call
Let
a
Mike finish
dick
this, for the
move.
love of God.
However, the noise died quickly as it came. The young man was the only person who had not celebrated. He knew that if the light would come, the president would have mentioned it first. It is with great sadness and a heavy heart that I must announce that Kingdom Hearts 3 has been delayed again. The wine turned to sandwiches as it hit people's lips.
Okay.
No, that was originally sand, and
Sand.
I don't know why it corrected the sandwiches, but it was sand.
No one ever danced or sang again. The tears
Again, like in the history, even when KF3 comes out,
The
never
dancing
again.
stopped.
and the tears would never stop flowing. The baby, hearing the familiar sounds of despair and discourse, drifts into a peaceful sleep. The young man, seeing the hopelessness on the president's face, hearing the sadness from across the land, smiles. Curtain close.
Now, I ran into obvious text limits on that, so I opened up a notepad to continue, and I did it all in just one big one. Now, a couple things about that.
Mm-hmm.
The last little bit was that an insanely long way to say screw you, BG? Yes, your Tune 2 will never come out. KH3 is always out of reach. That was the point of that whole thing. Now, a couple things. If you notice, the word light is capitalized. Why is that? Because in Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora said, I know in my heart that Kingdom Hearts is light. The signs were there if you paid attention. I already talked about
Yes.
the president
Thanks, Oda.
mecha bird, robo bird, which there was so I was just like, I want to do so much more with this character. Yeah, that's a little glimpse into my mind.
You need to
Sleep
make
addled
a
and
collage of President Mecha Bird Hitler.
Yes.
no relation.
No relation.
There was also things about assassination attempts and stuff. There was a whole lot of stuff
You
that I
were
was
building
just like,
a world
yes!
to save you.
Yes, that's the same thing I did with the Bane on Bane. Bane turned from just a dude trying to take over stuff to a failing actor who has a wife and all this other stuff.
Bano Bane was fantastic. We are heavy litigating.
Oh boy. So
yeah,
yes,
that's
peering into, if you haven't already, peering further into the mind of
of
Mr.
hopelessly insane DA.
in
Just
I-
are a little insane.
just for a long way to just go. I could have just went KH3 is coming out soon. Dragoon 2 is never coming out. But I said literally, I'll show him. And I went Now, if I
dude.
had a second or third pass on this, it would have been a little bit tighter. There wouldn't have been as many spelling
Oh, I'm
errors.
sorry. Was the story structure not tight enough for you
Yeah,
to
like
say
I said,
"fuck you, BG"?
Yeah, basically. But I would have liked another pass at it. But I was just like, I'm already spending too much on this, and you get the point.
I don't think I can put to you how it felt to read that. Hold on. When did that? When was that sent? What time was that sent?
It was at
Because
10 p.m.
It was 10 p.m.
10:24.
I was at work.
Fantastic.
I was having a conversation with my boss. We were bullshitting. And my phone.
What's
I
that?
I get that. I take it out. He doesn't care if I text her during work. It's night shift. Nobody's around. And I just start reading this, and he just watches my face goes from like just normal to just I am dying of laughter. He's just like, the fuck did you just read? I close my phone, put it in my pocket, go, I have retarded friends.
Gifted.
For the rest of the night, that whole scenario played out in my head repeatedly, and I
Good.
got nothing done.
That
I want
was
you to
what
know
I
that.
wanted. There's a
I
lot
got-
of mystery. When did the war start? Tell
I
us
was
more
in
about the
the middle
Black
of a-
Swords.
I was in the middle of a tournament. When I ran into that. I was waiting on my next match, and I went, "What the?"
Yeah,
Good.
I have no idea what the
Good.
hell I was doing. All right, I
So,
think
yeah.
that's an appropriate place to end this.
Enjoyable to write again. Again, I would have liked a couple
Writing
more
is
passes.
fun.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, if I wanted to do a sequel, there's a lot of places that I could take it, talk more about President
There
Bush,
are
like,
times where
how
I'll
the war started.
do where I'll just be sitting around and
The baby.
I'll write this intricate timeline of time travel, not timeline, but rules of time travel thing.
I've had to stop myself thinking about time travel stuff.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, but it go, I will sit there awake at night just going, yeah, but
That's why I think time travel fits into 4 subsects of time travel.
Okay. Before we get into this, we should end with the Hodis 1142.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
also going to show you that Joe Budden Migos thing. It's uncomfortable.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the Podcast of Stuff. Next week,
Huh?
yes, we will actually not be streaming next week because I will be in Austin, Texas.
Oh yeah, RTX.
For RTX. So, we will be back 2 weeks from now. I will.
and I will more than likely have a con story because
Yeah.
next week I have a con or two.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
And Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, I gotta go see that.
For sure. I might see that in Austin. If I have the time. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Later, guys.